Good morning, everyone. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, canning, recipes, a little bit of everything. We had some serious wind blow through here around 3 a.m. this morning. It was a very small thunderstorm cell, but it had 50-mile-an-hour winds, and so it did some damage to the garden. We are expecting some severe weather tonight, so I'm going to walk through and show you some of the things that happened and then show you what I'm going to do to try to secure things and hunker down for another round of some severe weather. So the first thing I saw this morning was my squash, and it was blown over. And so what I did is I came out here and I pulled some of the mud up and I put around the exposed stems, because when the wind blows, it exposes, it pulls the plants up and pulls them out, and it exposes the stems. So I'll be doing this throughout the whole batch today. I did some a couple of weeks ago after we got those winds, and it worked really well and the plant took back off. So this one, you can see, took a hit, but I've gone in and I've patted it with mud all the way around it to give it a little bit extra stability. This one, I did the same thing. You can see that plant took over or was blown over. So I've gone in and packed some mud in around it to try to keep it stable so that we can survive tonight's rounds. Now, I do want to tell you that spray that I told you about last week for the squash bugs and the powdery mildew is working really well. I did spray again because we got a lot of rain last weekend. So I sprayed again on Monday partially, and then I did it really good on Tuesday, and I've not seen any squash bugs, guys. And I think it is helping with the powdery mildew. I think some of what this is the inconsistency with the watering. I'm going to continue to watch them, and I am cutting off those leaves, and I'll do that today too. But you can see squash is doing pretty good. The wind is high again today, and we are expecting severe storms tonight. This is the one that took a hit a couple of weeks ago, and I went in and packed the mud around it, and you can see I'm going to have to do it again, but this is what I'm going to cover up. I want to cover up these stems with this mud so that it can sustain and grow a little deeper. Coming on down the line here, I was able to pick one piece of squash yesterday. Here are my cucumbers. My husband built a trellis, and so we'll be trellising those up, and you can see they're already wanting to go up the wooden trellis, and I'm going to put some twine in between there for it to grab onto. So I'm a little disappointed to come out and find one of my tomato bushes took a hit too when that wind blew through. So we're going to have to be sure and stabilize these a lot better today in anticipation of the storms tonight. But I'm going to see if I can't fix this a little bit. I've done a little patch-up job on it. My husband says duct tape fixes everything. Well, I've got some of this green agricultural tape that I'm going to see if I can't salvage this. And we did go ahead and put another tomato clip on it and to hold it, and we'll probably add a couple more to our bigger plants as well in anticipation of the storms. Here's some of our other tomato bushes. And we've got our pepper plants, you can see. They seem to be doing really well. And this is a big one, so we're going to have to make sure that she is staked down and ready to endure some high winds. So let's come on down the line here. And this bell pepper plant is doing fantastic. I have me a great bell pepper there. And these are the tomatoes that I planted by seed. You can see that they're doing really good. So another one of the things I'm going to do today is come on down here, is we have some of the yellow leaves on the bottom of our bushes, and I'm going to snip those off because you want to make sure and get all your yellowed mildewed leaves off the bottom of your plant so that the disease doesn't spread. This will help throughout the season if you keep them pruned back at the bottom, because as it rains and the ground splashes up and the rain splashes up, it'll give you that yellow leaf and that black spot. Green beans are looking really well. You can see on down the line here, I was able to pick quite a few day before yesterday, enough to get a pot on, hoping to get some more so I can do some canning. So let's walk on down the line here. And then the Detroit Red early girl beets, or early beets, are coming up really well. The ones that are regular, the heat is starting to get to them. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. I may have to pull those up, but I'm not sure. I want to let them go as long as I can to see what I can get. Turnips are looking good. I'll be pulling these this weekend. You can see they've just exploded, and I've got some ladybugs in there, and I'm so happy because ladybugs are great for aphids. You can see there's several in there. They love those turnip greens. And we are excited now to start seeing our zinnias and our marigolds come up on the north side of the garden. They're looking really pretty. I can't wait for them to all open up. It's going to be a gorgeous sight, and it's really going to accentuate the beautifulness of the garden. But let me show you something that I don't think we've talked about before, and that is our grapevines. So we've had these grapevines for many, many years, and just about the time that these grapes are ready for us to pick, the birds get them. And so my husband went in and he built a new trellis for them to hold them up because they're getting quite heavy, you can see. And so we've also put a bird net on it. We're hoping to get some grapes this year. We've not ever been able to get them because either the birds get them or the rabbits get them because they do get so heavy. But he pruned them back pretty heavily this year. We're hoping that they'll grow up on this trellis all the way down the line. Just want to show off our sitting area a little bit. My husband built this for me a couple of years ago on Mother's Day, and then he covered it just a couple of weeks ago. So this is where I get to sit and enjoy my garden with my flowers. Again, it's very important to have beautiful flowers around you right now, especially being cooped up. And so I do enjoy coming out and enjoying my flowers and the beautifulness of the garden. This is our raised bed project. I must say I'm extremely disappointed in how it's turning out. I do have one good tomato bush in there, but you can see the peppers don't seem to be doing really well. There's something in this soil, this veggie mix that we get from Living Earth, that really doesn't allow things to take off. So I'm going to try to replant some of this in the main garden. I've already done some of them. They seem to be rebounding okay. This bed is doing much better than the one in front with my mortgage lifters. Let me show you. So very sad. These are not looking well. We're thinking about digging it out and getting some compost and putting in there and seeing if we can revive these. That's what I had to do with this garden, and I should have done it with this. I'm so disappointed in myself that that I didn't take into consideration sometimes how temperamental or how this soil can be, and how really if you're going to use the veggie mix soil from Living Earth, you need to mix it in with your existing soil and do not use it as a standalone. It is not good. It's just not a good soil just to use as a standalone. Here's what's left of my spinach. I'm letting it bolt out because as it gets like this, I will cut these off, and these will be my seeds for next year. They're still a little green. They're not ready to take off yet, so some of these will be ready in the next couple of days for me to take off and go ahead and packet them up for next year. So if you have spinach, let it bolt and go ahead and get your seeds. Be sure and let it dry out. Here's a quick overview of the garden. You can see how that squash catches the wind. Again, I'm going to get in there and try to secure it as much as I can. So in closing, guys, as you can see, things are coming along. They're not coming along as quickly as I'd like, but hey, I'm thankful for anything I get. The weather has really been against us this year, but we have survived, and we're going to continue working on and trying to keep everything safe. So if you are in North Texas today is Friday, you need to get out there and make sure that your stems or your stalks on your squash are covered up very well and can sustain some winds. We are expecting high winds and hail. We are praying to the Lord that we do not get any hail. But anyway, we're going to get to working on this today. We are going on week 11, I think, of working from home. It is also Memorial Day weekend. We are expecting lots of rain. We'll take the rain, but we don't want the severe weather. Anyway, take care. God bless. If you like what you see on this channel, we ask that you hit that subscribe button and you hit that like button for this video. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Happy Memorial Day, and thank you to all our servicemen and women this season. Take care.